Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading for the period of tomorrow, Sunday, the 16th through Saturday to come, the 22nd of February. And during this period, the sun will enter the sign of Pisces. So we say happy birthday to the last of the Aquarians and happy birthday to the first of the Pisces this week. And then for next week's reading, the first day for which it is the Sunday, we have the new moon in Pisces. So I started to talk about it this week, but I won't. I'll do a new moon reading by the end of the week, hopefully, and we'll have that. And then we'll have our weeklies for next week. So we're just going to get right into the cards. I'm not going to do the individual, the Rider-Waite cards for the individual elements because I've done love readings essentially for the individual signs for the period of what I was calling Valentine's week, but also Mercury retrograde. So those are all posted. I do have 3 more to do. Those would be for Scorpio, Libra, and my fellow Leos. And I know that seems kind of random. It was because I kind of jumped around. I tried to start from Aquarius. And well, I did start from Aquarius, but I forgot to upload their videos. So I had uploaded Pisces through Gemini, and then the next day I said, where was Aquarius? Because I did them first on purpose, because of their birthday and everything. Realized I hadn't posted it. Then I got tremendously busy with healing work, my personal life, a couple of readings that I had to do, and those readings, and I just got so bogged down, so I never did the last 3, because then I tried to sort of go in order, but I wanted to do the earth signs first because the earth signs tend to show me the most support on YouTube for whatever reason. I mean, I don't necessarily blame the signs. I still pretty much blame YouTube. I don't know why they put my earth sign videos out there more so than the other signs, but they do, and the earth signs respond, particularly Taurus. That's my hugest supporter in terms of the signs. So I wanted to make sure I did their videos, and that's how I ended up left over with Leo, Libra, and Scorpio. Nothing personal. Like I said, I myself am a fellow Leo to an extent. I'm a Leo rising, so no hate. All right, anyway, let's get into this week's love reading. Just like with the general reading, we're beginning with it's 50-50. So this could be about balance or, the need for give and take, or for 2 people to share a burden, or it could be about the number 10, because that came up also. I stopped to talk about I read a little story about the feast day that falls on Saturday, the last day for which this reading is. It's the feast day of the chair of St. Peter. Not a physical chair that you sit in, but the fact that he was like the chairman. He was the leader, like Jesus appointed him to be the head teacher. And so it's February 22nd, 2020. So 5 2s equals 10. So I had started talking about the number 19, 10, 1. And sure enough, all those cards showed up in the general. But I just was made to focus on the 10 because of that date. So something may come out again because, like I said, I didn't put it together at the time, but the die also showed up. It's 50-50, which equals 10 too. So it's 50-50, massage and spin money. Spin money was another one that came up in the general. Spirit says it is 50-50. Why are they not coming in clearly? It's 50-50. All right, I think that showed up. 29 also showed up in the general, spiritual partnership. And so maybe that's what the 50-50 is, the give and take or the balance within the relationship, or the healthy masculine and feminine energies. And sex. Sex also came up. So all the dice repeating in the love reading from the general. With the cards, I'm beginning with transience, which is a card about, as you can see, head to toe healing, and allowance, vulnerability. This woman is nude, her eyes are closed, her head is tilted to the side, and she's just allowing for the healing to come through. So we're guided to do the same. Full surrender from the angel therapy cards. emotional sensitivity. Honor and respect your deep sensitivity, as it's a gift to us all. In the Animal Tarot, the 10 of Summer, 10 of Cups. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy and balanced children. So some people could be getting engaged or married or giving birth or finding out that they're pregnant or celebrating something in connection to their children over this period. Or, more importantly, perhaps, it's time to tell, the people that you love or the person that you love, your love interest, that you do or that you're interested. You may meet somebody this week and, you got to be honest about how you feel about them. Lastly, from the Angel Tarot, Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit, which represents the sign of Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury, which goes retrograde officially tomorrow, Sunday, the 16th, the first day for which this reading is. However, he has been in Pisces for at least a week now, probably like 2 weeks now, and in shadow, approaching retrograde also for a few weeks now. Spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery. That could be connected to the need to tell people how you feel about them. I guess I'm starting with these. I usually start with the others. So that was completely subconsciously doing that. But we're going to do the spread from the masculine perspective with these, apparently. So divine feminine. The masculine as it relates to the feminine. Terms of love. Himself. And the union or connection as a whole. Overall. What the energy the masculine would have the feminine, like if it was up to him, what he would have the feminine give to the union or toward the union or connection this week, what he himself is willing to. Are these, should I move them over? Better? Yes? Okay. What the universe would have each or both. Well, now this one's kind of, okay. Each or both do, surrender, give toward the union this week. And what the universe even wants to help us with, but we have to first affirm because we have free will. So the universe, God, angels, they're not going to just do things on our behalf necessarily and take away our free will options. They will allow us to ask them for help and the outcome. Again, the overall energy is the 10 of Summer, 10 of Cups. Divine feminine, the 8 of Autumn. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do your best work and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. For me, this card is about, reaping what you sow, getting out a reward based on the effort that you put in. And that's in any aspect of, any area of your life. The masculine as it relates to the feminine and probably tied to that energy is the 3 of Summer. Some sort of card of celebration. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. So we just talked about some of those possibilities with the 10 of Summer. Also for me, the 3 of Summer or 3 of Cups can be about reunions, reconciliations, not necessarily just with one person. It can be like a group of friends. You finally, are getting back together with your friends, maybe because it's getting warmer, spring is approaching, and you've been in the house, you've been, a hermit, like the other overall energy, or a recluse, and you get out and you decide to be more social. Or maybe you went out for Valentine's Day, something like that. You'll go out this week, or be around family, or have a reason to celebrate. All of these are possibilities. The masculine relates to himself this week. The 10 of Spring. You're working far too hard and the stress will soon become too much. Reach out for help from others and take some time to play and to enjoy life. Yeah, he needs to be social. This card also came up for the masculine in the general reading. Masculine, how he feels about the union or connection as a whole this week for love. And it is the Queen of Winter. Interesting. Experienced, self-sufficient, brilliant, and funny. All your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, to clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and to disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. Masculine perhaps wanting to remove people from his life that are blocking him from his connection or, union, or perhaps add people with whom he aligns better. People, places, things. The Queen of Winter or Swords is known as the Feng Shui Queen, right? She needs to get things in order so that the energy is right. And if energy is off, she'll chuck you, Again, people, places, and things. Anybody can get it with the Queen of Winter. In terms of love, very loving card. In fact, her downfall is that she can become too loving and smother, and chase away. With, it becomes too much, too pushy, too forceful. So that's the only thing we have to keep in mind and try to avoid with the Queen of Winter showing up in terms of love. It's like we have no middle. Either we're not showing you any emotion if we're an air sign, especially Gemini and Aquarius. Libra is a little bit more balanced to go along with those scales of balance in that area. But yeah, either we're stoic and emotionless to other people, even though we, of course, have feelings like every other human, or, we're the other extreme and we're ODing and we're smothering you because, when we're in love, we're excited. When we're finally in love, we're excited. We make sure, it take a long time sometimes to make sure that we are in love. And then when we are, we all in. Overall, the King of Summer, he also showed up in the general. Warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful. A trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. The King of Summer is a Pisces, where Mercury is perhaps located. This Queen of Swords can, of course, be representing Mercury or Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And this King of Summer can be the Pisces, where Mercury is located, or Cancer or Scorpio, with someone likened to those traits or attributes. The King of Summer has very balanced energy in terms of his masculine and feminine. It's 50-50. I was talking about this earlier. Very balanced energy for him. He's in touch with his emotions and his sensitivities, but he's not wallowing in them. He's not, he's not in either one extreme or the other, unlike the Queen of Swords potentially can be. Very good card to show up for love. What the masculine would have the feminine, what energy the masculine would have the feminine give to the union or connection this week is, Five of Winter. There may be some gossip about. Or he may want her to pay attention to, she's conflicted or about something, and to give it some attention and, get it together. Those are the two things that first came to my mind. Your current path isn't leading you toward the happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others. Also, the Five of Winter or Swords can be showing up because communications could be off. And again, there could be something around the feminine that she needs to chuck. Then that's why the Queen of Swords is here, and the masculine is saying, yeah, use that energy and get rid of it. Clear out your energy from that because it's not good. Also, this card is about integrity, or the Queen of Swords is about integrity. This is could be, again, speaking, gossiping about people, misspeaking, miscommunications, misinterpretations, and spreading around false information. So you may want that to stop. I'll pull another card for this one because I've got, all those different possibilities that came up. For the masculine, what energy he himself is willing to give to the union is the Prince of Springs, the Knight of Wands. Very nice. Passionate, charismatic, confident, and restless. A Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Actually, Mars, the red planet, enters Aries this week. Also, the period for which this reading is. So that can be what this card is about too. Mars, the planet of action. Enters Capricorn. Rules Aries, rules Scorpio, enters Capricorn. That can be what this is about this week. And that's sort of like an unstoppable energy, but with Capricorn being the workhorse and Mars being the planet of action. It's like, you can't, they're unbeatable together. An opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet there's nothing that you can't handle if you follow your own inner guidance. Knight of Wands was also part of the general reading. I'll go ahead and pull this advice card, clarifier now. So they made it easier for me. Those of you who are familiar with the way I do my readings, I like to, if I'm using cards that I can tell whether or not they're upright or not, I like to use the next upright card to clarify. So that would be this one. It is the Princess of Spring. Energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative. So in the case where feminine, again, is conflicted as to whether or not to take a chance, take an opportunity, go for it. Or it could be with splitting this, it's, going half with him, it's 50-50. Because the 10 of spring, he's feeling burdened and or burdensome. So this is like taking part of the load. Could be what he wants her to do, and she's conflicted. Also may involve an actual fire sign. Maybe specifically a Sagittarius, the page, the younger or more youthful of the sign, the mutable sign, who is energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative. Creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broadened horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. Some of you are conflicted about whether or not to take an opportunity to go out, and you may not even have you could be single and not have made a connection. This is the energy of the masculine wanting you to go ahead and take the opportunity to go out, and then there could be a path to, love and connection there. Right? Being conflicted. Should I go? I hate going out. Yes, if you get invited, take the opportunity. This is representative of an opportunity, and that can be the end result. What the universe would have each or both of us do, and even wants to help us to accomplish what we have to first affirm because we have free will, is, this getting over this feeling of funky lack. Focusing upon the negative. So universe definitely wants us to not do that, wants to help us to not do that. Focusing upon the negative or worrying about money, not just money. This can affect relationships too. For me, this card comes in terms of relationships with fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear of commitment. It's like just representative of fear and lack and paranoia about the two. Focusing upon the negative or worrying about money or your career or funky relationships or something can block your progress. That's the important part. Like focusing upon negative stuff gets in the way of manifestation or causes you to manifest that negativity that you're focusing on. Because your trust and faith are at a low point, it's not the best time to start your own business or to become self-employed or, to enter a relationship when you're feeling that way. But, it's said that Mercury retrograde is not the best time to enter a relationship anyway, because we have to consider a relationship is in effect a contract or commitment. And Mercury retrograde is said not to be the best time to enter contracts or commitments. And the outcome here. It is Major Arcana card 18, the Moon, which represents the sign of Pisces, again, where Mercury is located. It's important to trust your intuition, even if you're unsure of what's happening. All will be revealed soon, so worry is unnecessary. So if you're guided to take action, pages bring us news of what to do. And the Knight actually puts it into effect and takes the action. If you're guided to take action, the universe is asking for you to have enough faith in yourself and it to follow through and take the action. Even though you don't know what the outcome is going to be, there's some darkness. Light will be shed on it later in the future. If you can trust yourself, you can trust the universe, go for it anyway. We'll look at the next upright card for the Five of Autumn also. See maybe what's affecting most of us. Yeah, fear of change, fear of the new, fear of success. Also, maybe in relationships, like I never do well, so I don't want to have a good relationship come to me. I'm going to ruin it. I never do well. That's the kind of thing that this would be. In universe wanting to help us to do better. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. Didn't I just say also there's an opportunity coming up for somebody to just meet somebody for the first time or to connect or deepen their relationship for the first time? That's what this is. All right, beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It can be the first blush of romantic love, like you're just meeting. The rebirth of a current relationship. Like I said, the Three of Cups can be about reconciliation or reunion. So people getting back together or reuniting. Or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. That it may be too, but I think, you know, for the most important, it's the first two for those of you here watching, affected by it. The next spread will be from the perspective of the universe. Again, for singles, couples, it's complicated. Just like I did the astrological readings. Divine being, recent past, near future, masculine's higher self, blocks to individual or shared progress. What the feminine can do to help herself. Let me move these up. The feminine can do to help herself. What the masculine can. What the universe would have each or both do to help themselves. And the universe wants to also help with. But we have to first affirm because we have free will. And the outcome. Again, the overall energy is Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit. So this situation may require introspection. And or it is about the need for clarity. Like the last spread, we ended on the moon. Some stuff is in the dark. We're unsure. We're unclear. We need illumination. We need clarity. That can be where the Hermit comes in also. Divine being or couple. Four of Air. Some decision that has to be made, or we're planning a vacation, or someone's planning to visit us. We might want a break in our relationships. Might be coming off of a break. Four of Air could be representative of all those things. Not necessarily a break up, just a break. Like somebody could just need a moment, you know. The time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. That can be, that's another scenario too. Coming back from a break. That's why you're reconciling. Thinking again from the last spread, the 10 of fire rather, wands, feeling burden or having felt burden, needing a break because of that. And half of that is the 5, the females or feminines, 5 of swords. Half of the 10 is the 5. That's the conflict. So we were conflicted, needed a break, now reconciliation. So that's for some too. It's funny how I see stuff in front of, like inside my head, but like in front of me. Recent past. Major Arcana card 1, the Magician. So we began some sort of manifestation. You know, we began focusing on something. Ones where I explained this in the general too, because this card showed up. First of all, Major Arcana card, the Magician, represents the planet Mercury in the sign of Gemini, which it rules in the tarot. Second, the ones are about thoughts, ideas in the manifestation process. We begin with the thought, or we see the 1111. That's the universe telling us to pause and focus on something that we're trying to manifest, focus on positive things, make sure our thoughts are positive in that moment. If we were thinking about something negative, it's an alert for you to switch your thoughts, switch your thinking, because the universe is saying, hey, you're in this period right now, you're in this moment of manifestation. And so in the recent past, some of us maybe began to manifest something or successfully manifested it. You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them, and life is magical. Near future. The Two of Earth, some sort of earthly decision we have to make. Again, the Four of Air can also be about the need to make a decision and to meditate first on it as to what we're going to do, which can also be what the Hermit is about. Right? Introspection, going within, what am I going to do? What's my next move? Two of Earth. Too much going on at once. There's a need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. Two of Earth can also be about us spending too much time focused on love. I mean, focused on work rather, and money and the material rather than love. This is the love reading. So, you know, getting derailed from love, not making enough time for our partners if we're single, claiming that we want to have a partner and we want to date, but, you know, I guess we gotten used to filling our spare time with work or thoughts of the material life and money. And so we need to do some introspection too, as to how am I going to fit someone in. If I do open up my life, I'm trying to manifest a partner, where are they going to fit? Because I'm giving my 100% of myself to work and money and things. So I need to, you know, it's 50-50. I need balance in this area. Masculine higher self. Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot, represents the sign of Cancer and can be about travel. I said Four of Air can also be about traveling plans, planning to visit someone, them planning to visit you. The Chariot definitely can be about travel. Mercury is a ruler of travel and modes of transportation. So sometimes these things get delayed and messed up if we're wanting to do that. Chariot also a major card of victory. It's about being successful and having, you know, successfully manifested something. Also, planes, trains, automobiles, you know, modes of transportation, movement, moving, both metaphoric and literal. It can be about like an actual, you know, masculine manifested a car, for example. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. Blocks to individual or shared progress. Three of Water, your lack of being social, lack of spending time out. Again, too focused on work, too focused on the material life, the earthly, and we need to get back to connecting with other people. How the feminine can help herself. Release, Major Arcana card 13, release, death, allowing herself to transition into this new her where she spends more time, you know, with other people, out, a new phase, a new situation, new energy, fresh energy, and or could have something to do with a Scorpio. Major Arcana card death represents a sign of Scorpio. It is about transformation, transition to the next phase, next step. What the masculine can do to help himself. Three of Air. Great sadness. Take time to heal. We're already up to that step. That's what I was saying. I was feeling for somebody in conjunction, this spread in conjunction with the last spread, that somebody had not only taken a break, but maybe it was a long break or more like a break up, and now is the time for reunion or reconciliation, for balance. So this is the masculine, like needing to move beyond this or work through these emotions. That's what he can do to help himself. Go ahead and feel them and let them pass. Or move on from them. Like, okay, I've dealt with them now. Right, I've recovered. Four of Air, Four Swords, recovery. And now let me get back out there. Or let me, you know, try to reunite. Whatever is applicable. What the universe would have each or both of us do and even wants to help us with, but we have to first affirm because we have free will, is the Queen of Earth. So nurturing each other, nurturing our relationships, completing what we started, right? Finishing what we started. Also, this is, I think, very Mars in Capricorn, or I think this is why it's showing up. Because again, about like projects that we started, relationships that we started, things that we know we have to complete, maybe, you know, apologies, forgiveness, even if we're not going to reunite with somebody in terms of continuing with them, but like closing chapters and allowing for real, endings so that there can be real, genuine beginnings. The Queen of Earth is a Capricorn, Virgo, perhaps, or Taurus, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Make time for those around you. See? Too much work. We need to make time to be social. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So like giving love to them, to the situations and the outcome. Boom. That's how your dreams are going to come true. That's how you're going to be successfully manifesting what it is you want, your desires. Your wish comes true. Concerns fade away and you have a love of life. Now from this spread, if anybody's concerned, again, I think it would be the masculine because something had happened in the past, transpired that was maybe hurtful. Maybe he feels he's the cause of the pain and that it's not fixable, but it is. And here's his higher self being successful, again, with the Chariot. In terms of advice, we have again, that overall energy there was transience. From the animal tarot to the masculine, the Three of Spring, Three of Wands. So this is about things being worked out and our ability to now look forward and make long-term plans because we're transitioning out of old energy, but it may require some patience. Like we might not be able to fix this thing overnight. We'll see. Stop to take time to review and to make long-term plans, capitalizing upon your past successes. It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back for all of your accomplishments, but you may also need patience for the next phase to play out. The Three of Spring or Three of Wands also in terms of love, it can, wonderful omen it can be, but also the negative aspect of it can be like a relationship can really go far and be wonderful if both people respect each other as equals. If you have inequity in your relationship, those relationships might not work. You might be realizing that that one is not going to work out. And there could be a need to end it, and maybe there is another person already in the mix that for whom you're better suited, and that's why all these threes are showing up. Three of Spring or Wands, Three of Air or Swords, Three of Water or Cups. These threes can be about parties of three and perhaps even love triangles. For the feminine is the Six of Summer, Six of Cups. So it could be soulmate relationships, somebody returning from your past. Again, reconciliation happening. We saw the Three of Cups in both spreads. The love and care of children can become an important part of your life, or people from your childhood may return to it. It doesn't have to be your childhood, just any area of your past, somebody coming back. And the Six of Cups in particular is really big on exes returning, and that so is Mercury retrograde, right? Mercury retrograde has a way of digging up exes out of the woodwork. Old memories can be healed. So like old, where we hurt somebody, where there was pain before, it's not too late to fix it. Old memories can be healed. Or possibly old childhood dreams. Some dream from our past are ready to be revived, right? And to come to life. From the angel therapy cards to the masculine, this is very air sign, very Mercury. Crown chakra. Pay attention to your ideas. What did I say about the ones? Those are the ideas. As they are messages of true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. For the feminine, Sacral chakra. Sacral chakra also came up in the general And we had the sex die come up in both readings also. So I think somebody may be going through something. Could be dealing with sexual inhibitions, could be getting back into the swing of things. Again, with having reunited with somebody successfully. I'm feeling more inhibitions, but it can be anything because we just keep getting sex. In any case, the sacral chakra is located like below, like the lower abdomen to the genitalia, represented by the color orange, and can be about sex if it's like hyper or hypo, overactive or underactive. You are very sensitive right now. You're highly sensitive to chemicals, I should have just read the card. Highly sensitive to chemicals, additives, processed foods, and energies right now. Yes, that's what I was talking about, the energies. Respect your sensitivities by avoiding harsh items, situations, and relationships. From the Angel Tarot to the masculine, the 10 of Earth. So this is super positive. 10 of Pentacles in terms of love. Sometimes it can be like about where we're worried about things not working out. We're not recognizing how stable things really are or how good things really can be. We have to have faith, basically. But it shows up to let us know that somebody is really like a perfect match for us. And if we're in this relationship, like we're in this thing together, it's because we do balance each other out. We need to make time to be, to spend for each other. Yeah, to nurture each other, nurture ourselves by being with each other. If we haven't been, we need to like find time for each other. And when we do, we're going to feel very secure and safe. I don't know. Have you ever had anybody that made you feel really, really safe? In my experience, I've found that they don't have to be, terribly big, or tall or scary or anything. It's about the connection at the soul level that brings the kind of security that the 10 of Earth denotes, that I'm trying to describe. I wish I could do it a little bit more eloquently, or I had done it a little bit more eloquently, but it's really about like mutual appreciation and support and being on the same page, and just feeling like you can really trust the person with you, like with your heart, with you, with your feelings. If you're in a committed relationship, as a matter of fact, and now looking at this Ace of Cups again too, it can really mean that you're about to move into the next level. Maybe you're going to get engaged or married or move in together. Remember, Chariot can also be about moving in a literal sense, moving in or moving house or something. Childbirth with the Three of Cups and the Ace of Cups too. And also all this sex and sacral and the mother energy definitely can be about also childbirth as a possibility, of pregnancy. There was some reading I did recently where like 3 empresses showed up. What was that? I don't know if that was one of the astrological signs the other day, or I'm not sure. In any case, yeah, if you're already coupled, it can be all about all those things, potential like deepening of your relationship, like really going to the next level and just feeling secure. And if you are single, it can definitely mean that like really awesome new love, could come into your life really, really soon. You need to be open. But again, this is going to be like a match. This is like a match. And maybe that's why the 6 of Cups also showed up for the feminine, because it wants you to know like this is like soulmate, this is your match. And from From the Universal Love Oracle to the masculine, it is the gateway. So I think I talked before about transitioning to the next phase, going through to the next phase. That was with the card that's sitting right underneath here, Major Arcana card, Death. So that's what the gateway is about. Maybe we're entering the next phase again with somebody else. It's going to the next level. So for us singles, you know, we're going alone perhaps, but it's still, you know, Ace of Cups is still like a new emotionally fulfilling beginning. Definitely the possibility of meeting someone new, or just being more social and feeling more love and more loving, which is going to help you to attract positive relationships in your life. Universal Love Oracle to the feminine. Heaven on Earth. Heaven on Earth talks about if we want to have heaven on earth, we absolutely can, but we have to let go of hell. So I think this was actually the feminine's card, like what she can do to help herself, release, let go of something that she's holding on to perhaps. And that could be an actual relationship or something from the past that's in the way. That's possible. But more often than not, I find that it's like negative emotions or cords of attachment that we're holding on to, not an actual like person or something. So regret, resentment, the inability to forgive, guilt, blame, pride, ego, fear, you know, those sorts of things would be of what we need to let go, what we need to release. Maybe in this case, something, again, having to do with some sort of sexual trauma, maybe even. There's some inhibition that I'm feeling that's coming up. It's probably because of something that we experience. So if we can let go of that, release that. And it's also making me think about that 5 of Pentacles from the last spread. So that's like that fear, all those different fears. Release some sort of fear that we're holding on from our old experiences. We don't want to bring old bricks to our new house. I talked about this in the general too. That's not the proper way to build, right? So feminine definitely has something to let go of. Of course, for everybody, it's not going to be related to the sacral chakra, but it doesn't help for us to, you know, work on meditating and clearing this chakra and keeping it healthy if it already is and unblocked. And there are many, many ways to do that. I'm a fan of binaural tones, as many of you know, but there are many, many ways to do that, including just wearing the color orange. Like I talked about, it's connected to orange. From the, thought we had one more. What's this? Oh, it's the Empress. But whose card is this? The feminine's? Where's the masculine's last card from this deck? I thought I had one more. Oh, the masculine had the 10 of Earth. Okay, so this is the feminine's card. I had skipped. Isn't that something? I talked about all that mother energy and everything, and I mentioned the Empress from another reading. Here she is in this one, and she's another 3, by the way, too. So the party of 3 could be, you know, mother, father, child, and that could be the new thing that's going to be different in your family or in your life. Can mean different things for different people. 3, the Empress is also this really attractive female. She also exudes really, really intense feminine power. So whether it's a masculine that's dealing with this energy or a feminine or a male or a female, we all have an inner masculine and feminine, and you have tremendous feminine power right now. And you are guided also to draw upon that. Maybe you've been imbalanced and more heavily masculine lately, and we need to be a little bit of both, right? It's 50-50, as the dice reminded us. Lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams, or in some cases, a baby, or you're learning that you're pregnant, or it's a good time to get pregnant if that's what you've been wanting to do. And maybe that goes along with the sacral chakra and the sex dice. The Empress is a Libra, Taurus, or Gemini, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, represents the planet Venus. We are very, very attractive this week also, feminine. So if you are single and looking to meet somebody, or even if you're not looking to meet somebody, you very well may. I hope you guys have enjoyed the love reading. I will be back, I think next, like I said, if I have client readings to do, if I post them, then that'll be next. I do also still want to do those last 3 signs, Libra, Leo, and Scorpio. So that could be next. And the moon reading also has the potential to be next, because I want to do that before next week's reading, weekly readings. In any case, you guys will see me again soon. Thank you for joining. If you're not yet a subscriber, please consider becoming one by hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button. If you enjoyed the video, you felt like you learned something from it, or you just, you got a kick out of it, you liked it, then please actually like it by, hitting the like button or the thumbs up button on the video, and maybe sharing it. That helps me. All that stuff helps me, and the support. If you would like your own private reading or energy healing or merchandise, or to get together, chat it up on social media, something, any and all information to do that stuff will be in the description box below. Namaste.